All right, so let's jump into this. Imagine really imagine being able to dig out these incredible insights from your education research data, even if you don't have, a PhD in statistics.
Right.
Like that's the power that we're really exploring today, and that is using AI and specifically ChatGPT to make data analysis in education research way more accessible to everybody and insightful.
Yeah.
You've given us some really fascinating material on this, so we're excited to unpack it.
Yeah, I think what's so fascinating about this is that, this technology is really changing the game
Yeah.
in terms of the research landscape. And it's not just about, simplifying data analysis or making it easier. It's actually about revealing these patterns and connections that researchers might otherwise just miss completely.
Absolutely. And it's like, having this tireless research assistant who
Yes.
can just, sift through mountains of data and pinpoint what's actually significant.
Yeah.
So in your experience, what are some concrete ways that ChatGPT can be used effectively in education research?
Well, I think one of the most powerful applications is its ability to take raw data and translate it into language that's actually understandable.
Okay.
So, let's say you're looking at the effectiveness of different homework strategies.
Right.
You could feed ChatGPT data on, assignment completion rates or student grades or even, time spent on homework.
Okay.
And it can analyze all of that and tell you if there's a correlation, for instance, between shorter, more focused assignments and, better student understanding.
Wow. So instead of just seeing the numbers, you're getting these actionable insights. It's
Exactly.
almost like ChatGPT is helping you kind of tell a story with the data.
Precisely. Yeah. And it can go beyond just identifying simple correlations.
Okay.
It can actually pinpoint trends that might not be immediately obvious to us just looking at the data.
Right.
So, for example, let's say you're researching student motivation.
Okay.
You could input data from surveys, from interviews, even observations, and ChatGPT can analyze those qualitative responses to identify common themes and patterns in student behavior so you can actually start to understand the factors that are driving engagement.
This potential for uncovering, these hidden connections is really fascinating.
Yeah.
So if someone is just starting out using ChatGPT for data analysis, what are the first steps that they should take?
Well, I think the most crucial first step is to clearly define your research question.
Okay.
Like, what are you actually trying to understand here?
Right.
What are your key variables?
Okay.
Then you have to make sure that your data is structured in a way that ChatGPT can actually understand.
Uh-huh.
So think of it like creating a spreadsheet
Okay.
where each column represents a specific variable,
Right.
like student age or test scores, and each row represents an individual student.
Okay.
ChatGPT works best with this kind of organized, tabular format.
So it's not just a matter of throwing any data at ChatGPT and expecting some kind of magical result.
Exactly. There's a bit of an art to preparing the data effectively.
Okay, so once the data's all prepped, what then?
So then you can start with what we call exploratory analysis.
Okay.
So you can ask ChatGPT to describe the data,
Okay.
highlight key features and distributions.
Uh-huh.
You can also have it identify any outliers,
Okay.
those data points that are, significantly different from the rest, which could indicate errors or unique cases that are worth investigating further.
So ChatGPT can kind of do the initial legwork
Yeah,
to help you get a feel for the data
exactly.
before you really kind of dive deeper into it.
Exactly. And it can even suggest potential connections between variables that you might not have even considered.
Okay.
So, for instance, let's say you wanted to compare the performance of students who participated in a tutoring program with those who didn't.
Okay.
You could feed ChatGPT the data, and it could actually calculate the average test scores for both groups, giving you a really quick snapshot of the program's potential impact.
That's a great example of how ChatGPT can make this complex analysis more accessible to people.
Yeah.
Are there any potential pitfalls that people should be aware of when using this?
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial to remember that ChatGPT is a tool.
Right.
It's not a magic bullet.
Yeah.
It can't perform advanced statistical modeling, and it certainly can't replace a deep understanding of research methodology.
Yeah.
So, while it can generate basic statistical measures for more complex analysis, you likely need to use other tools like Excel or a statistical software package.
So it's essential to use ChatGPT as a complement to existing research practices.
Absolutely.
And not as a substitute.
Right, and you should always critically evaluate ChatGPT's output.
Okay.
While it can provide valuable insights, it's really important to cross-reference its findings with academic sources and your own knowledge of the field.
Yeah.
Remember, even the most sophisticated AI can sometimes misinterpret data or miss nuances that a human researcher would catch.
Absolutely. So what are some of the best practices for using ChatGPT responsibly and effectively in education research?
Well, I think first of all, embrace continuous learning and data analysis.
Okay.
The more you understand about statistical concepts and research methods, the better you'll be able to leverage ChatGPT's capabilities
Yeah,
and interpret its results.
right.
Also, always properly cite the use of AI tools in your research,
Yeah.
acknowledge their role in your analysis.
It sounds like the key is to view ChatGPT as a powerful assistant
Yeah,
that can augment your skills as a researcher
exactly.
and free up more time for the aspects of research that really require that human insight.
Exactly. And just imagine the possibilities if using AI in this way could free up more time for educators to focus on what really matters most, which is their students.
That's fantastic. I love that thought. And to you listening, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
How are you using AI in your own research? What challenges and successes have you encountered?
Yeah.
Share your experiences and let's continue this conversation.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.